Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio. Sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Morgan Anderson. It's sunny and 85 degrees today. Just kidding. April Fools. It's actually 48 degrees outside and cloudy. We stay dry today, but rain moves back in tomorrow and into the weekend. Our low for tonight is 40 degrees. Let's get right into it. It's a big week for tariffs and GOP leaders seek path for budget bill. President Donald Trump this week is set to unveil his reciprocal tariffs on U.S. trading partners, and that's actually tomorrow, April 2nd. Trump says tomorrow is the, quote, big one for his next move on trade policy, but it's unclear how broad the new reciprocal duties will be based on recent messaging from the administration. The tariffs are supposed to vary depending on the size of the barriers the target country imposes on U.S. exports. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent suggested earlier this month that the initial tranche of reciprocal duties could focus on just 15 trade partners with which the U.S. has persistent trade deficits. But Trump told reporters last week that this week's tariff announcement would in fact cover every country. That was your news for today. I'm Morgan Anderson. This is the Tennessee AgNet. We'll have more on those reciprocal tariffs when they're announced tomorrow here on the Ohio AgNet. Now let's take a look at our afternoon weather update from meteorologist Ryan Martin, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Dry but cool, still here for your Tuesday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update for you here over Ohio. I don't see any major problems for the rest of this afternoon. I do see clouds building as we move into the overnight, and that's ahead of a frontal boundary that brings warmer air, but also a lot of rain for tomorrow and Thursday. Rain and thunderstorms will be working in. Some of the thunderstorms, particularly overnight tomorrow night through Thursday, can be strong to severe. Rain totals anywhere from 1/2 to 2 inches, with some significantly higher totals possible downstate if these thunderstorms train right over the top of each other. We are finally done with moisture as we get into Friday morning to midday, just in time for a secondary surge overnight Friday night through Saturday. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. We have some news here at Ohio AgNet and Ohio's Country Journal. We want to welcome Brianna Smith as our new editor. A longtime contributor, Brianna brings expertise in agricultural marketing and communications with experience at Certified Angus Beef and Ohio Health. She's a graduate of Ohio State and Youngstown State, who's passionate about sharing Ohio agriculture story. Brianna and her husband live near Shelby, Ohio, where they help on her family's farm. So join us in welcoming Brianna Smith to Ohio's Country Journal as our new editor. Switching gears, let's take a look at another agricultural headline. Soybean oil demand fuels market shifts. Soybean oil has been a major factor in supporting the canola and soybean markets recently, with exceptional export demand driving significant market shifts. U.S. soybean oil export commitments have reached over 2 billion pounds in less than 6 months, a pace only surpassed twice in the last 25 years. The USDA initially estimated exports of just 600 million pounds for the year, but has revised that figure upward multiple times, now expecting 1.8 billion pounds for 2024 to 2025. This surge in export interest can be attributed to strong palm oil prices, reduced production, and increasing blending requirements in countries like Indonesia and India, which has created a record discount for soybean oil compared to palm oil. Despite these favorable export conditions, there are concerns about supply. USDA data shows a significant reduction in soybean oil used for biodiesel production, with January production down 44% from the previous 3-month average. This slowdown could continue in the coming months, raising questions about future supply. On the policy front, there's certainly uncertainty regarding the Trump administration's support for biofuels, as blending credits expired in December 2024 with no word on their replacement. Despite these challenges, there's hope for long-term demand, with USDA projecting 1.675 billion pounds in soybean oil exports for 2025-2026. Now let's recap how the markets closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. May corn up 4.5 cents at 461 3/4. December corn up 7.5 cents at 449.5. March corn up 7 3/4 at 462 3/4 cents. May beans up 19.5 at 1034 1/4. November beans up 20 cents at 1039 1/4. January beans up 19 3/4 at 1051. July wheat up 3 1/4 at 553 3/4 cents. September wheat up 3 1/4 at 569.5. December wheat up 3.5 cents at 5.92 3/4 cents. April live cattle up $1.32.5 at 209.12.5. June live cattle up $1.77.5 at 205.42.5. August live cattle up $2.30 at 202.32.5. April lean hogs down 35 cents at 87.37.5. May lean hogs up $1.07.5 at 89.47.5. June lean hogs up $1.75 at 97.2.5 cents. May feeder calves up $2.65 at 287.15. August feeder calves up $2.90 at 292.40. September feeder calves up 3.5 cents at 291.45 cents. April class 3 milk up 2 cents at 17.13. May class 3 milk down 13 cents at 17.28. And June class 3 milk down 8 cents at 17.17. Those were your afternoon closing markets for today. Unfortunately and fortunately, no April Fool's tricks there. Be sure to give our new editor, Brianna Smith, a warm welcome. As always, I'm Morgan Anderson. This is the Ohio AgNet.